about the areas that we focus on, and then I'll talk a little bit about the Boston tech market. So we invest in mostly software-related IP. We have a small clean energy practice. Invest in companies like Arc Energy, which makes sapphires for LEDs, a great company. Mascoma, that basically has certain kinds of bugs to turn wood into ethanol. But most of what we do is in the software area, in e-commerce, internet video, consumer internet, social media, the kinds of things that you see in terms of very early stage companies. We do have a focus on growth investing. One of my partners leads a focus on companies that are more profitable. So we actually, how many of you know the company BBN locally? It is a government research company. We led a management-led buyout of the company, sold that to Raytheon. It was a very successful transaction. A little bit I wanted to talk about the Boston market, because over the time I've been in the technology business, the Boston market has really changed. And, people often ask me, why is California so strong? Why isn't Boston as strong as California? And I think it's a very interesting history here. In the early 80s, California and Boston, from a technology market, looked very similar. They were both predominated by defense industries, high-tech industries around defense, a lot of technologies coming out of university. As you remember, or you're probably too young to remember, the West Coast was very much a components area. Built chips, built disks, built the small things that went into computer systems. The East Coast was predominated by large systems companies like Wang, Digital, Data General. During that time, the East and West were pretty much equivalent in terms of both venture investing, large companies. And the sort of secret of entrepreneurship is that most entrepreneurs come out of bigger companies. They don't come out of universities. I mean, the Facebook phenomenon is a relatively new phenomenon in terms of building companies directly out of universities. Most companies get built by people who work at bigger companies, who see an opportunity, leave those companies, get trained in certain areas, and start companies. So you need big companies in an area to really create an entrepreneurial culture. So what happened during the late 80s and 90s is the East Coast, the companies that were produced during that time, completely missed a couple major technology transitions. One was the transition to the PC. If you remember, Apple, Microsoft predominated, Dell in Austin. Really no notable companies were produced in this area. Sorry about that. Were produced in this area in the PC revolution. The second was we produced really no major internet companies. But when you compare the larger tech companies in the Boston area to what's going on in California with Intel and Google and Oracle and Salesforce.com, that's what's made the big change. So a big part of our focus as a venture firm is to back great entrepreneurs who can build big companies. Because we think that what can make Boston ascend to what its real potential is to help build significant, lasting companies. Part of our growth strategy is to continue to be sort of number one in Boston, but we did open a Silicon Valley office so we can participate in what's going on there and really help reap some of the knowledge about what's going on in Silicon Valley back to Boston. And we also started a small office in New York City where there's a lot of innovation around media. So at this point, we are one of the 10 largest and potentially most successful venture firms in the country. We are the youngest and have grown the fastest. We still feel we have a lot to prove, and we're excited about the opportunity here. In the venture business, the people we back, the people we put millions of dollars behind, we tend to look for people who come out of places like UMass. And the reason is they're first-time college grads, they're scrappy as hell, they'll break through walls, and they'll take risk. A lot of them are immigrants, and these are the people who are going to build significant companies. People who go to Ivy League schools and have Ivy League graduate educations tend to be very risk averse. They tend to be very formulaic. So we are looking for people who know how to pivot, who haven't always had things, who can be capital efficient, and they tend to be the guy who went to Salem State, he went to UMass, he went to University of New Hampshire, and he's the one writing the payroll checks for everyone who went to Harvard. And then, luck plays an enormous part in everyone's career, and certainly in our investing opportunities. I mean, the difference, why does someone invest in Facebook and someone else pass? Often it's luck. But, one of the old sayings is that luck favors the informed mind. And one of the things that we try and do in our business, and I've tried to do in, my career, is learn a lot and have a perpetual learning orientation and sort of a curiosity around what's going on, so you can be open to new ideas and you can resist the formulaic and take some risk in what the opportunities are before you.